Hello and good day, I'm the Woke Prophet, and today I'll be talking about the Zeus Network. Now, I had someone that came to me about, I'll say maybe about 6 months ago, and she was telling me about this show called The Baddies. She was also telling me that it was on this network called the Zeus Network. So this is like a channel. I believe you can find it on the Fire Stick. Now, she was telling me how it was just a lot of fighting going on. It just seemed demonic to her. So she asked me to check it out and to see if I felt or if I, saw anything with it. So moving forward, with so much that was going on, I didn't really have a chance to check it out at the time. But recently, it just started popping in my mind over and over and over again. And when that happens, that means that Yeshua wants me to look into the situation. So it just kept popping up in my head out of the blue for no reason. So I started to look into this. So I actually checked out a few shows that are on this Zeus network, and she was exactly right. It's definitely demonic. All I saw was just violence, just straight up, just fighting. And I don't mean just like small cat fights. I'm talking about fighting and people getting gashes, blood coming out, and they're just letting them fight. I remember one episode I watched, and this was, I believe, like The Baddies, the show called The Baddies, and they had the females, and I guess they only could have like a certain number of them, so a few, maybe one or two had to go. So the lady tells them, okay, well, y'all can fight over it. So as soon as she says that, it's almost like they are programmed robots. They turn around and just start fighting. I'm talking about like cats and dogs. Like, it is mad crazy. So I see this and I'm shaking my head. I can't, I'm just trying to understand this. And of course, it is mostly blacks, mostly African-American people. So, this is definitely is an embarrassment. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I'm watching these girls fight. They're trying to kill each other. And I also noticed that they started talking about the baddie goddesses, different things. I was seeing different statues in the background of different gods. So again, this had a very demonic feel to it. They had another show up there that I watched as well. And this was with guys, same exact thing. They, up there just fighting. One situation, the guy, his eye gets cut, it's blood everywhere. I mean, just nothing but fighting, nothing but violence the whole time. And on these shows, they let you fight. They may break it up, and then they kind of let you go at it again. So again, nothing but just straight violence, nothing but fighting the whole entire time. So again, this being the Zeus network, so I said, okay, obviously this is definitely demonic. I mean, it feels negative to me. So let's try to I wanted to dig into this a little more. So of course I looked up Zeus. I mean, pretty much everybody knows that Zeus was a Greek god. He was called like the king of the gods. So I kind of looked up this, this information to kind of get like a refresher on this. Now, there even was a guy that was, jumping back to the show real quick, there was even a guy that was on the show, one of the cast members, and he said they was doing different spells or doing demonic things behind the scenes, I guess, that he knew about, so he wanted to pull away from it. So, again, from watching it, I already knew it was demonic, definitely a negative thing. And when you're watching these shows like this, you are feeding these shows. You're feeding these shows because, of course, most people like to sit back and watch these people fight and all this drama. It is negativity. So remember, this is the type of stuff that you want to keep away from your eye gates. Watching this type of stuff, it's obvious that these people have spirits in them. And again, remember, these spirits can transfer, they can jump through the screen. Now, again, it made me say to myself, why would they name this the Zeus Network? Now, I've made previous videos in the past speaking about Zeus, breaking it down, kind of explaining this whole Zeus thing. Now, again, Zeus is a Greek god, was known to be the king of the gods. He's also associated with the sky, thunder, and lightning. Okay? Now, Luke 10:18 in the Bible, it talks about Lucifer. And this verse just basically says that Lucifer is falling from the sky like lightning. Again, I've talked about this in the past. Zeus, Jesus is Lucifer. So Zeus and Jesus are one of the same. So I'm going to say it again. Zeus and Jesus, it is Lucifer. So this will make sense for this network to be called the Zeus Network, and all of the negativity that I was seeing and the different gods that they had and different things that they was doing and what they was worshiping. Now, for those who don't know, because I know a lot of people are stuck on this Jesus thing, but of course, the J was never created back in the time when he was being called Jesus. And his name, back then they were calling him, some people pronounce it Asus or Isus. All right, so even when you're saying Jesus in Spanish, it is what? It is Jesus. So this is just something else for you to, for you to look at. For me, I already know, because again, I prayed over this as I was watching this. I prayed about it. I asked Yeshua, because it felt demonic and it felt wrong, and Zeus felt like it was some more, a little bit more going to it than what it was. And when I asked him, was Zeus, Jesus, and Lucifer all the same? The response I got was to trust your judgment, trust your intuition. So Zeus and Jesus equals Lucifer. Now, when you are calling on the name of Jesus, you are saying Hail Zeus. So you are worshiping Zeus, you are worshiping Lucifer. So I tell people what I've been finding out as I'm working through deliverance and healing. I work with a lot of demonic things, so I learned a lot. I'm seeing that Lucifer hides behind a lot of different names. So he's behind these different names. So you can see 8, 9, 10 different deities or false gods with different names and different cultures, but all along it's still Lucifer. So that's what he does. So what I would suggest is to stay away from this. Not watch this at all. It's negative. It's demonic, and you're feeding it. Now, when I had originally put out a video some months back about Zeus, explaining that Zeus and Jesus were the same, and also they are Lucifer as well, I got an email from a lady, and she was telling me that she had been fasting. I think she said somewhere between 13 to 15 hours a day, and she was listening to a lot of gospel music, worship music. And she said one song that she was listening to, in this song, every time in the song when it was supposed to say Jesus, she said she kept hearing Zeus. So the word Zeus was replacing the name Jesus. She told me in this email she thought she was going crazy, so she kept listening. So every time it came up and it was about to say Jesus, she said something was like muting Jesus out, and they kept replacing it with the word Zeus. So she kept hearing this over and over and over again. So she would say she got confused. She said as soon as she finished listening to this song, she jumped on YouTube, and she said my video immediately popped up saying that, Zeus and Jesus are the same, and it's Lucifer. So she was very shocked about that. So again, nothing is what it seems out here. There have been a lot of lies that have been told to us. Again, I know this is a hard pill for people to swallow, because, and I mean, of course, you can believe what you want to believe. I don't come to try to force it down your throat or even try to make you believe it. My job is just to give you the information to help to open your eyes and to wake you up to a lot of this false stuff and different things that we're being taught. So you want to call him by his name, which is Yeshua HaMashiach. So it's not Jesus, it is Yeshua HaMashiach. People will say, well, it's power in the name Jesus, and I still use it and it's working. But what's happening is Yeshua understands that you don't know any better. So it's not that it's power in the name, you just don't know. And if he didn't do anything when you call upon his name Jesus, like basically the majority of the world would be in trouble, because most people don't know that his name is Yeshua, but his name is Yeshua HaMashiach. Remember, when you're saying Jesus, you're calling on Zeus, you are calling on Lucifer. If you like information like this, you can get my book, The Woke Prophet. It's Time to Wake Up.